Hey y'all, it's Laura with Jot and Tittle Vintage Typewriters. We're gonna do a instructional video today for a 1951 Royal Quiet Deluxe, and you'll see it kind of has the winged decor, or I can't even think of the words. Anyway, these things right here, and it's got the silver logo on that. Dark gray keys, a light gray body. It's a little more squared off, and it's slightly smaller than the mid 50s Royal Quiet Deluxe versions that had the the bright colors. So it's still a Royal Quiet Deluxe, but it's slightly smaller, and obviously not the bright colors. It's just in the gray. And so we're going to take a look at it and do an instructional video for you. Let me hold this up so you can see where the tabs are on this. They're in the back, and you just press and drag these little metal pieces to set your margins. Okay, let's move this up here. Then also we have your paper holder is right there. Your margins are going to be right here, and they're magic margins. We'll go over that in a moment. I'm going to go back and forth on the carriage here. You can hear the bell. And then to open, you pop that open. You'll see it takes a universal ribbon. There's your type bars. Here's your touch control over here on the left side. That just determines how hard these type bars strike your paper. And then down here, you have your color selector, and then this is your ribbon reversal, because when you get to the end of the ribbon on your spool, it's not the end of the ink. You reverse the direction, and you just keep going back and forth. Another note on your ribbons, they don't auto reverse unless the ribbon has a grommet on them. So the ribbons we use do not have grommets, so you just do the manual reversal for that. Also, the color selector, you have red and black option on it. There's also a white selector. If you put it on that, that's stencil. It's not going to type properly, so if you're having trouble typing, check, make sure it's not on the stencil selection, because really that's for stencils where you put something in there. But it's not going to type if it's on that. So you're just going to make sure it's on the red or the black. Also, if it's not typing properly, you're typing away and all of a sudden it's really faint or something, reverse the direction of your ribbon. Most of the time it takes care of that issue. All right, so let's go ahead and load some paper. And I already did a typing test. So here you can see what the font looks like on this one. It's really small font. And I'm just going to use the same piece of paper. And you just set your paper there, turn the handle, it'll pull that through. This is going to be a little crooked, but I bring it up so that the bottom and the top edges are touching. And then this is your paper release. I pull that forward and straighten it out, and then re-engage it. Here's your margin. Oh, your carriage release lever. There's one right here and one right here behind the roller handle. It doesn't matter which side you use, either side will work. Also on this side, this is your line selector. So when you hit the return handle, it'll advance either 1, 2, or 3 lines. And then this one releases the roller, disengages it. You can use it for variable spacing. Like when you turn the handle, you hear it clicking every half of a line. Sometimes if you use lined paper, like I use numbered paper sometimes for typing, and I want to line up my lines with a number, and so I use the variable spacing for that. So you just kind of put that over and then line it up exactly where you want and re-engage it. You can also do that on the left side. There is a button. Oh yeah, that one pushes in. It's only on the left side. If you push it in, it does the same thing, okay? Down here, obviously your keys. You have the lowercase letters, and then your shift lock does the uppercase and then the symbols. Backspace does not erase. And then you have your tab. I showed you where you set your tabs the first thing, and then you just tab over. That's your tab. And then the margin release. Let's say you're typing away on a great sentence, and your bell goes off saying, hey, you're at the end of your margin, but you're in the middle of a word. It's going to stop on you, and you want to finish it. Like, I need my E on that. I'm just missing an E. So you hit rel right here, margin release. Put my E, hit the return handle, and keep going. That's what the margin release is for. So that's really simple. No extra bells and whistles on this typewriter. Just your basic, everyday, fantastic. It's a really good typing machine. It's still a Royal Quiet Deluxe, but it's not going to have the really high price tag of the mid 50s. So the early 50s are much more affordable than those mid 50s. But in my opinion, they type better. That's just my personal opinion. All right. Thanks so much for watching. I'll type on this as we fade out.